What's up, everybody?
Dr. Maxfield.
Dr. Shaw. Today we have a product reviews. Vichy Mineral. Vichy, what is it? Something French. So Vichy, whatever it is. This comes from the Vichy Laboratory. From Dexter's Laboratory. One of my favorite shows of all time. I don't know why I hear Laboratory. I always think about that show.
Now we know why Dee Dee's skin looks so good. She's totally porcelain. She's glass-like, in fact.
Cartoon characters is what one should strive for. Vichy Mineral 89. This is sort of their landmark product. You know, this is one of their best sellers, you know, globally. This product was sent to us, and so full disclosure on that, but we are doing a review of the product. But we went through all the different studies here, and we're going to give you our breakdown of what we think of the product overall.
We're going to talk about what's in it. Does it make sense that it works? And then we'll talk about also just how it worked for us. We've used it for quite some time now, and we'll talk about our experience.
First, we're going to talk about the packaging. Then we're going to do a breakdown of the ingredients. Are they safe? Are they effective? Then we're going to talk about our experience with the product. Does it feel good? Did it work during the time that we used it for? And then we're going to make an overall recommendation on whether or not we think it's worth it or where it fits in your routine overall. So here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, so packaging. Let's talk about packaging because first of all, when I got into skincare, I kind of was like, I'm never gonna care about packaging. I don't care what comes in, you know, as long as it's environmentally sustainable and works. But sometimes the packaging on some products are just so good that you have to talk about them. So
yeah, no, we open the boxes and just like, oh, it looks nice. That looks really nice, and then you pick it up. You pick it up, and you're like, whoa, this feels nice.
This is a heavy product, and as you could tell here, glass, heavy glass, well-made product. Shape of it makes it such that it's not going to tip over when it's on your counter. Looks nice on the counter. Beautiful packaging. It has a pump top, so you know you press it, and a good amount comes out. So worth noting here that a little bit is going to go a long way. You're going to get a lot of product with a single pump. You probably only need 2 pumps to get your whole face, I would say.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Face and neck probably with 2 pumps.
Yeah.
Okay, so packaging, I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Yeah,
it made me feel fancy. It made me feel elegant.
Yeah.
It was like...
He's actually now using it as a paperweight, so... heavy product. Anyway... All right, so let's talk about the ingredients. All right, we got the box here, and first thing I want to note here is...
my favorite... Oh, okay, yeah. So, look, you have to be smarter than the box, and you have to read the English side.
So if you don't speak
Spanish, French.
French? If you don't speak French, then this product, you need to kind of flip it over to read the English, because there's a French side, there's an English side. Makes sense.
Tip number 1.
Dermatology hacks coming at you. All right, so first thing about this is that I want to mention just 11 ingredients. This product only has 11 ingredients. Why do I like that is because when the ingredient list is really long, I kind of get overwhelmed, like what's in this? Am I missing something that potentially allergenic? The shorter the ingredients list, the less potential for irritation and allergy just because you have less ingredients on your face. So 11 ingredients is a huge plus for me, and we'll kind of be going through the different ingredients here, but overall potentially polybutylene glycol, allergen, maybe not, maybe. Overall there's nothing in here that is a very common allergen at all, so it's pretty safe for sensitive skin. Actually, I think the Eczema Society has endorsed this product or approved this product, and the Eczema Society in the United States is pretty strict about products and potential allergens in people that have eczema, because people with eczema have an impaired skin barrier, and so they're more likely to develop allergy to products, and therefore for it to be approved by that means that it's generally going to be a very safe product. So the safety check on ingredients for sure, but let's talk about the actives and whether or not they're actually going to accomplish anything for your skin. All right, so
number 1 active ingredient, water. Boom, done. Okay, but volcano water, right? So this is the volcanic water from France, which has been bathed in, drank, not necessarily in that order, distilled, and distributed for a long time. Obviously, it's easy to pick on, kind of like the dermatologist with the melons that he sells at 4 a.m. on the morning.
There's a dermatologist selling melons?
Yeah, okay, so you don't wake up early enough for this. There is a melon guy. He has found these amazing melons, and he's probably captured all of the melons in the world and is now distributing the melon extract, melon juice, But you'll know it if you see it.
Volcano water is like the landmark ingredient of the whole entire Vichy line. But water being this sort of secret ingredient, or mineral-based waters being a secret ingredient in a skincare product, is not unique to Vichy. So La Roche-Posay has this as well in their thermal waters, and so does Avene. So we have more than one brand that makes claims that their water is special. So we kind of looked into this water situation. Dr. Maxfield, I think, spent about a week just studying waters.
Yeah.
Drinking waters, tasting waters, looking at waters, evaluating waters, and we've come up with a conclusion on the water situation. So tell us what you've learned about water.
All right, so water. Okay, water. Amazing product, this water thing. All right, so look, a lot of studies have really been done, in my opinion, well, looking at the water, and they basically are lumping all of these volcano waters, thermal waters, spa waters into one category. They're basically like mineral-infused waters that were hot at some point. Like the effects on cellular damage, antioxidant properties, protective properties, and really, really in-depth studies. And I actually like how they've been done, whether that correlates clinically or whether these minerals can get through that top layer of the skin that's a barrier, I'm not entirely sure. But the evidence is definitely out there on a cellular level that water and or the minerals can help in a myriad of different ways. Okay, then we get to the conversation, like, is it actually not the water itself, right? Is it really just the delivery the water is doing? Is it putting these electrolytes into the skin? And I think that's probably where a lot of the benefit's coming from. And Vichy has some really nice ones in there. It has manganese, which works as an antioxidant. It has calcium that helps skin cells grow up as they move towards the top of the skin. It has sulfur, which is a really great ingredient.
Beneficial acne, beneficial in rosacea. Sulfur, highly underrated ingredient just in general. We should probably be doing a whole video on sulfur at some point.
And then it also has a slew of other ones, including lithium. So just caveat for anyone who is on lithium, maybe don't drink this because it has lithium.
Good point. So it turns out that these mineral waters do have some beneficial electrolytes in them that have actually been proven to have benefits in the skin. So at first, when we saw the water thing, we were kind of skeptical a little bit, but we did do a deep dive on it, and it turns out that there is some benefits to it. The other thing is that Vichy, the laboratory, has actually done a few studies to show the benefits of their water post-procedurally. So for example, if we did a laser or chemical procedure on somebody, using this water afterwards seems to help repair the skin barrier. So things like that, they've actually done their due diligence to try to show that it is safe and effective in doing what it says it does. So highlight ingredient number 1, volcano water. And then the next two ingredients that we want to talk about in addition to this water is going to be your hyaluronic acid or sodium hyaluronate and your glycerin. So both of these ingredients happen to be humectants. Humectants meaning that they pull in water into them and they hold it with a high binding affinity. So what does that do? It can pull in moisture from the environment, especially if you live in a more humid environment. It can also pull in moisture from your other skincare ingredients and moisturizers. It can also pull in water from lower levels of the skin and kind of bring it up to the top to try to give an immediate plumping effect to the skin. Caveat here, hyaluronic acid doesn't have a long-term benefit to the skin. It, especially when just applied topically, is just going to give a temporary plumping effect to the skin. As a matter of fact, high molecular weight hyaluronic acid has been shown to be a very good moisturizer.
Yeah, okay, and that's an interesting point. So, I mean, when I was looking at this ingredient, I first was like, oh, it's a moisturizer. And then I'm like, actually, no, it's kind of just like an active ingredient. And this is kind of just an active ingredient that's playing like a moisturizer.
As a matter of fact, as far as how to apply this, it can be actually applied in both ways. So it turns out that it could be used as like a hyaluronic acid serum, or it could be used as a moisturizer in and of itself. So it could either be your treatment hyaluronic acid or your moisturizer. So what you would do is after you cleanse, you could just apply this product and then you could use your other ingredients over it.
So the key thing with when you're talking about humectants is you have to make sure you have a moisture on it. So if the hyaluronic acid is going to lock in the moisture it's drawing up, then that's doing its job. And then also what you're looking for moisturizers is protection, and a lot of the minerals and the waters have been shown to be able to protect from extracellular or known irritants on a cellular level.
So what kind of ingredients would you want to basically lock in the moisture that hyaluronic acid has pulled into it?
Well, any oil-based thing, and so lotions, creams, and ointments all have oil in them, kind of in that order. Any of those, which we talk about a lot with CeraVe or gentle moisturizers, would be good to lock in all of the moisture that's being given from this.
All right, so how to apply this thing. First I cleanse my face, then I take 2 pumps of the Mineral 89 product into my fingertips. I tap it evenly over the skin of my face, and then I tap it in gently, smooth it in gently with little circular motions, and then I personally apply my sunscreen over the top of it. I have normal to combination skin. If you have dry skin, I would recommend applying a more occlusive moisturizer or something that is more likely to kind of lock in the moisture that the hyaluronic acid and glycerin is pulling into it. And that's about it. So we used it for about a week, which I think is a fair amount of time to use it. So let's talk about like how we felt about the product overall.
I'll probably say this a million times, but if I put something on my skin and I can feel it on there, like a little bit after, I'm never going to use it again. I just don't like the feel of things on my skin. And so when I put this on, it's very refreshing. I think you'll hear that a lot no matter who you watch. They're like, oh, this feels pretty dang nice. It feels cool, refreshing. And I think they actually say that it's not sticky somewhere in their product packaging, but I actually felt like it had a really, really subtle initial like sticky film-like sensation, but 10 minutes afterwards, it's gone. That sensation's totally gone.
So when you initially apply, it does kind of have a feel to it, and then that resolves almost immediately, and then you almost don't notice that you're wearing it at all. So I know when I wear it, I kind of forget that I have it on. So just overall is pretty lightweight and feels good on the skin. So does it have like any benefit, would you say?
Yeah, I mean, I think it does its job.
Yeah, I think it's a good moisturizer, and I think it is a good hyaluronic acid serum. So if you want to have hyaluronic acid in your routine, then I think it would be something to consider.
So if you go to their website, or even if you look at the packaging, the product itself isn't actually about just the hyaluronic acid or the water. Most of the things on the website actually talk about how people's skin looked, how it toned it, plumped it. I think one of the subjective things that I actually really liked, I think it gave the skin a nice healthy glow. This is Dewey Boy 101. He's Glassy Face McGee. And, I put this on and I thought, oh man, it really does add a little bit of a subtle shine.
It definitely has an appearance that a lot of hyaluronic acid products sort of accomplish overall. So I think overall it does what it says it's going to do. What do you think? Like, how does this fit into your current skincare routine, or is this something that you recommend?
First off, yeah, I would recommend it. I think it's super nice, and it does what it would do if you're looking for hyaluronic acid. And then, so we'd always go cleanse and then treat and then protect. And so for the treatment phase, like you said, this can fit in there, and then it can kind of double as a light protecting phase. So active ingredient treatment phase with a touch of moisturizer.
So overall, I think, for the price point and the product, overall what it does and what it accomplishes, I think that it's a great product. I recommend the product overall because I think it's safe. I think it's relatively fairly priced. I think the bottle goes a long way for what you get with it because you only need a small amount. So I think people will be very happy with this product overall. Do I think it's a necessary product in your cleanse, treat, and protect routine? Probably not unless you want to use it as your moisturizer. However, like do you need a hyaluronic acid serum in your routine? Probably not overall, unless your only goal is hydration and plumping. But if you want something treatment that is going to build collagen over time, this is not going to be one of those types of active ingredients, but it definitely does have benefits. So I would say that I like it. Gotta have it, need it? No. Somewhere right underneath that between gotta have it, need it to want it.
Yeah, same place for me.
Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Please like, comment, subscribe if you found this valuable at all. Please leave a comment below, subscribe, support the channel in that way. We will leave links to this product below so you know where to purchase it. But as always, look for the best price that you can find. These are affiliate links that do help to support the channel. But always try to do the best to save as much money as possible. Skincare should not break the bank. Thank you so much for your support and trust and love, and we will continue to try to make good content for you going forward. Today we have a product review. So today we're going to be talking about Vichy Mineral 89. So
Wait, okay, hold on. Okay, so I was just like watching his movements, right? He's like, okay, which I love the energy. Dr. Shaw, today we have a product review.
I don't think I did that move at all. Product reviews definitely didn't happen.
It's on film.